Toptier.
Come in here. Come down here from Amazon.
Falcons.
Damn, I ain't even posted in the chat yet, Rob. Where's my phone at so I can't post it in the chat? Damn, Rob. Why I tell niggas to subscribe? Why I don't? Damn, nigga, y'all do this? That's why you got subscribe.
Raiders.
All right, fellas.
Lions.
I'm gonna do a gift for the first 3 minutes of the podcast. You say your name before 12:23. You get an extra gift. I just want to see who just randomly tuned into the league. So if your name's already typed
EAGLES
in, you good.
Eagles.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to see who just randomly tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Test the league out real quick. They got till 12:23. You know what I mean? Let me see who just randomly tapped into the league real quick. Maybe until 12:23, man. Shout out to the league, man. I do want to
Bears.
reiterate that the playoffs is 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? But with Mother's Day, we let it roll a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know, who has a mom, has a girl, has a baby's mom, wife, whatever the case may be, we let them all enjoy their day. Because at the end of the day, it's a game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is people who don't have their moms, who may not be close to their moms, so it didn't matter that much to them. But for most of us, you know what I'm saying, we want to make sure everybody can be tuned in. We just got 3 more minutes. See who typed their name in already. Colts, Falcons, Raiders, Lions, Eagles, Bears. 2 more minutes. Fuck, you got underwater? Damn, you can't hear me? My shit sound bad? I mean, I don't know why my shit sound like that, bro. Is it the music? Let me check my chat. You sound like I'm far away. I don't fucking know, bro, to be honest with you. Oh, shit. I don't even got my mic plugged in. I got this shit on, but don't get my mic plugged in. All right, we should be good now. All right, bet we locked in now. All right, shout out to Nas for letting me know I was being a dickhead. But what I had said was, man, we got 1 more minute, 12:23. Only these fucking 6 people will have a gift. Some of y'all niggas ain't real. Y'all ain't tell y'all niggas help them get the gift or nothing. Damn, that's fucked up. All right, it's 12:23. At 12:24, I'm gonna just close it out. And whoever just had posted their names, I'll put my name in there too. We'll get a nice little gift, man.
Ravens. What's the
I'm gonna
gift?
tell y'all after 12:24. At 12:24, I'm gonna let y'all know what the gift is. It
Boy,
ain't
I'm
gonna be
trying
nothing
to
too
win. Fuck
crazy,
them
but
boys.
no, I said fuck no boys. Hey man,
Talk
facts
shit.
though, man. I said one more John. I can't believe live at everyone. Link above. I could have let niggas know I was about to do a show, but honestly, I didn't even know I was about to do a show. Just started getting bored at the crib. My break, couldn't go to sleep. Just said fuck it. All right, doing my John right now. All right, bet. All right, fellas, man. I'll announce the gift at the end of the show. Let me see. Let me get to my control now. I'm all over the place in this motherfucker. Um, all right, man. First round of playoffs has been
800
played.
megabits per second chargers.
Damn, that Max just missed a gift too. Um, First round of playoffs has been
Browns.
played, fellas. Um, had some good games, had some blowouts. So I'm gonna go with the AFC first, just because we was more excited for NFC games. So I start at the top. The Ravens and the Chiefs. And shout out to me, I was 5 for 6. Only one I didn't guess right was Rob's game. Um, but shout out to the league, man. First game, Ravens and Chiefs, man. Uh, the score is closer than what the game actually was. Uh, we let them put 13 in the fourth quarter. We let them put 13 up in the fourth quarter, as you see, 7-0 first, 14-3 second.
Panthers.
I took off in the third, 14-0, and then at the fourth, it was 14-3, 13-3. So we kind of let him get some yards and really try to play clock management at the end. Ravens 401, Chiefs 335. Offensive rushing yards, the Chiefs was 108 to 85. Passing yards was the Ravens 316 227. First downs was Ravens 20 and the Chiefs 15. Total yard gains 437. And then this is story of the game. We had 4 turnovers. I had one. Um, Time of possession I won. Just personally playing the game, Doobie, he played me differently. He didn't do not one man blitz the whole game. He played a lot of zone, mixing a little bit of man. I mean, he played. I'd annoyed him with nickel and diamond because his roster's good as fuck, bro. I mean, it wasn't an easy feat to just run up and down the field on him. RG3 was for 149.1 passer rating, 328, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Was only sacked one time, 72% completion percentage. In MVP form, Pat Mahomes, 82.8, 251 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and he was 50% on the day. So we kind of outpassed him. Rushing yards, Pacheco, 13 for 65, 5 yards a carry, 5 broken tackles, no touchdowns. And then we had CMC, 13 carries, 62 yards, no touchdowns. Receiving yards, Amon St. Brown went off, 5 for 119 and a touchdown. Xavier Worthy had 2 deep passes, 2 for 81, 1 touchdown. Pacheco had a couple passes out the out of the backfield, 5 for 76. Mark Andrews had 4 for 63. CMC had 5 for 60. Amari Cooper had 5 for 56. I mean, we kind of threw it to everybody. Rasheed Rice had 3 for 147, 3 for 47 and a touchdown. Zay Flowers had 2 for 30. Both of his catches was 2 touchdowns. And Travis Kelsey had 2 for 26 and he had a touchdown. Defensively, Tranquil led the Chiefs in tackles. Raquan led the team in tackles for him. Tackle for losses. Oway had three. Raquan Smith had two. Chris Jones had two. And Matabuke had two. Sack leaders was Oway with two. Matabuke with one. And then we had Chris Jones and Derek Thomas who tied for one. And for the Chiefs, that's low on sacks for real. I'm not gonna lie. Usually he gets a little bit more sacks. But like I said, he didn't really man blitz me. I think he knew I was prepared for it, and he didn't really do that. So that means Ravens ends up going to the next round where he'll be facing his division. I would say his division rival of this year because that's the only one who beat the Ravens. So I can't say in a way it's a division rival for year one. It's kind of early to tell. But shout out to the Ravens. We'll go to that one game last because that was a close game in the AFC.
Titans.
This game right here. This don't even fucking make no sense, bro. And this is a 4 and 5 seed game. Usually that's a close game, man. But Ruski killed this nigga 70-7. I stopped watching after the first quarter. Offensive yards game 523 to 176. He outrushed on 119. I
Embarrassing.
mean, I'm not even sure if he was even playing the game. Like, what the fuck? 119 to 27. Offensive pass yards 404 to 149. Offensive first downs 21 to 10. I mean, what the fuck? What didn't he win in? Turnovers. They turnovers 3-1. Time of possession. Jags had more had the ball for longer, and still got outscored by 63. I mean, it's fucking. I mean, I'm not even showing his stats. I'm not. He don't even deserve it. Bengals, man. Joe Burrow, 410, 8 touchdowns, 1 interception. Just pick that nigga apart. Rushing yards, Chase Brown had 11 and 119 and 2 touchdowns. He was balanced as fuck. Receiving yards, Jamar Chase, of course, 5 for 208, 3 touchdowns. Quinn Johnson, 4 for 97, 2 touchdowns. Tight end, 4 for 52 touchdowns, and Ocho Cinco, 2 for 36 and 1 touchdown. He spread it out. She just did whatever he wanted, in my opinion. Uh, Tackles, Hubbard led. His tackle for losses, Hubbard had 7, Nolan Smith had 5, Donovan had 3, Dax Hill had 2. Sacks, Hubbard had 5 fucking sacks. Jesus Christ. Nolan Smith had 3.5, Donovan had 2.5, and Jenkins had 1.5, and Dax Hill had 1. I mean, he did what he wanted, man. Interceptions, Dax Hill, Antoine Winfield, and Andrew had 1. Jeez, anybody take one to the crib? No, nobody took one to the crib, man. I mean, there's not too much to say, but the Bengals. I mean, he basically did what the fuck he wanted, man. He did whatever the fuck he wanted. He scored as many points as he wanted to, and the Jags had no answers, no type of way. So maybe the Bengals found a defense in our last matchup. It seemed like he been playing better defense since then. So shout out to the Bengals. He faces the Ravens. It's gonna be a good matchup, man. All right, this is one of the parlays um in the first wild card round, man. Division rivals for surely. I mean, 31. I can say that early. Like, I can't say that for my division, but for this division, it's gonna be between Ray and Max every year. Um, and I think this is two things. I think Max is used to dominating Ray, and this is my personal opinion. And Ray finally got over the fear of playing Max. He used to not want to play Max. He used to avoid playing Max. And I think that Ray feels like he can stand toe to toe with Max now in this man. So, I mean, I can't say about internet or nothing like that. I don't know. I know Ray moved into his own crib. He got Ethernet cord. Look, I ain't getting into that shit, but I will say that this was a good game. I watched this game from start to finish.
7 plays. Always come down to if my guys will show up.
Yeah.
Always been my consistent.
I mean, he was doing them 7 plays, and he knows when to play them, man. He made some huge third down conversions. Um, so this was my take on the game. We'll go by the quarters. First quarter 7-7. The Raiders won the second quarter 14-7. The Chargers and them tied the third quarter 7-7, and then the Chargers won the
Packers.
fourth quarter 7-3. At 31-28 score. Offensive yards gained 345 to 285. They couldn't run on each other at all. Both of them were struggling to get the run going. I think most of Max's run was from Herbert. Herbert probably led him in rushing. Offensive passing yards, Ray won
If watch
293
any
to
game you can
229.
tell when my guys show up and
Offensive
don't.
first downs, 19 to 18. And then total yards gained, 342 to 285. The Chargers. There was no turnovers either way for either team. So this was literally a dogfight for real. No, there's no turnovers to say how this game went. Time of possession was super fucking close. Ray and me waited way too late to put his shoe clock on. It almost hurt him how late he put shoe clock on, in my opinion. My opinion
Damn
of this
y'all
game.
boys coming late, y'all done miss gift.
Yeah, Donnie. My opinion of this game is they both was moving the ball methodically, man. And I wondered this with Max is if he couldn't his offense wasn't super high scoring all year. Um so I was wondering if he was going to be able to keep up if somebody put 30 points or more up on him in a playoff game. Now, what I will say is when Ray was up 14, Max was scored up 7, 14-7. Max put together clutch drives. I think he had two clutch ass fourth down plays where the game would have been over with earlier, and he put some drives together, man, put some schemes together. He did what Max do. He put clutch drives together. And he didn't let Ray take off. And Ray took he took first down by first down by first down. As you see, they're both 19 and 18, and he made big plays. He kept drives going. He helped control the clock against a person who usually controls the clock.
Bengals here money
So
bag.
you know what I'm saying. Shout out to both of them boys. But it was a good game.
Day sign of the horns,
Player
medium
stats.
skin tone.
We already talked about your game, Ruski. You just missed it, man. That it wasn't even a game for real. You was down there playing CPU. Mirror Road. Um, damn near perfect passer rating, 293, three touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 73% completion. Herbert wasn't too far off. 142.3, 234, four touchdowns, 0 interceptions, sacked two times, with a 77% completion rate percentage, man. So they both was throwing the ball. They both was efficient with it. You
Cowboys.
see how close the score was. It was a good ass game. You know what I'm saying? Rushing wise, Herbert, 5 was his leading rusher. I kind of caught that. Herbert took off on a couple big runs. He was 5 for 45, no touchdowns. Nick Chubb was 20 carries for 44 yards. So that just shows how much Max was stuffing him, not letting him get no type of long yards on a run. And he only had one touchdown. So that's a testament to how good the rushing defense is for the Chargers. And honestly, the same thing goes for the Raiders because he couldn't run. You know what I'm saying? So 3 for 13. It didn't even like he really tried to run also. So 4.3. Um, no touchdowns for him. Receiving wise, Tory Horton for the Chargers had 8 for 87 and two touchdowns. Henry Ruggs, Margaret Ruggs, had 6 for 80 and two touchdowns. Nick Chubb had 3 catches out the backfield for 63 yards. And then you had Brock Bowers for 2 for 55 with a touchdown. Where did Max's Max's touchdowns came from Lad McConkey with 5 for 43 and two touchdowns, man. So they both spread the ball out. There's about 12 players who touched the ball on both sides put together. Solid game, man. Solid game. Tackle leaders was Lauren James, Mapu, Carson. Tackle for losses, Kenneth Grant with 3, Leslie O'Neal with 2, and Christian Watkins with 2. Sack leaders, Kenneth Grant, Christian Watkins. Shout out to them. Man, it was a good game, man. There was no interceptions in the game. They both balled out. It just so happened that the Raiders held off just long enough to win this game, and he will be playing the Patriots. And if I'm not mistaken, the Raiders beat the Patriots by a lot in the regular season. So this is going to be an interesting game. You can't say just because it's 1 for 6 that this is just a lock in.
I wouldn't be too happy for the Patriots that I gotta play him in the second round. You know what I'm saying? Especially after our first matchup. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a good ass game, man. The NFC man had some good games. Um, except for the Eagles game, it kind of got away. So we'll start there. Nas and the Donnie boys, man. There's just something about Nas in the playoffs, bro. Like he just takes it to a
Let's
whole
get
nother
it
level, man.
played first with tears of joy.
I don't even know if he scored 70 points all season. To be honest with you, I can't do them. I can't like go back, but 70 points in playoffs against a higher powered offense, playing against a high powered offense and playing against a pretty stacked defense, man. Gotta give it up to him. Box score, Philly scored 28 points in the first quarter. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. 28 points in the first quarter to Detroit's 14. Second quarter, he scored 14. They both scored 14. Philly won the third quarter 7-0. And Philly won the fourth quarter 21-14. Jesus Christ. Offensive yards gain. Eagles 572 to 462. Offensive rushing yards 135 to 121. Offensive passing yards 437 to 341. First downs 22-20. Both very close. Um, Turnovers. They both have 5 turnovers, so that kind of evened each other out. They was giving the ball to each other. I did not watch this game, so I can't really give y'all too much as far as the back and forth of it. I'm just going off the stats and just knowing the users. Um, Time of possession 13:26. The Lions and then Eagles 10:34. Man, I'll go to the stats since I didn't see the game. Ronald Cunningham, man, 110.8 passer rating, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, man. Sacked 2 times, 68% completion ratio, man. Completion percentage. Lamar Jackson, sheesh, this is a shit show for real. 47.5 passer rating, 357, 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and he only completed 16 out of 41 passes.
I shouldn't have played straight off that flight.
Damn, Donnie. Like, where's your pride at, my boy? Sheesh, 16 for 41. Hopefully, did you run? And this is another thing I hate, man. Like, you get into a playoff game, you got one of two best running back tandems, and you just don't run the ball enough. I mean, but then again, he did put up 28 points in the first quarter. I don't know if that's because of interceptions in the first quarter, but Jesus Christ, man, 13 for 106. Barkley, Gibbs had 9 for 93, 2 touchdowns. Cunningham had 7 for 29 and 3 rushing touchdowns. So he was doing everything around Randall. Amari Hampton had 6 for 15, and
Wow.
then Lamar Jackson had 8 for 13 and 2 touchdowns. Man, shout out to the fucking both of them. But Jesus Christ, I can't believe how much he lost by. Sheesh. Um, the Eagles, AJ Brown had 5 for 207. Dallas Goddard had 5 for 144, 2 touchdowns, one touchdown. Megatron Calvin Johnson had 3 for 117 and a
Russ played a
touchdown.
great game. Pats.
George Pickens had 3 for 60. Jameson Williams had 2 for 55 and a touchdown. Where did the touchdown come from? And Andy Smith had 1 for 29 and a touchdown, man. Sheesh. I mean, they both were spreading the ball out, spreading the ball around the field. Man, but sheesh, man. I can't believe 70 points is this ridiculous, man. Tackle leader was Zach Bond, 9. Tackle for losses, you had Zach Bond with 3, Jack Campbell with 2, Malcolm with 2. Sacked, you had Zach Bond with 1, Zadarius Smith with 1. Had a whole bunch of half sacks, interceptions. Tristan McCullum had 2. Campbell had 2. Daniel Porter had 2. Kelly Ringo had 2. Cooper had 1, and Justin had 1. Anybody take one to the crib? So Tristan McCollum had one to the crib too, man. I wish we could see like when these interceptions happen. I feel like for Nas to score 28 points in the first quarter, Donnie had to turn the ball over early. There's no way, and you don't want to start off playing catch up against a good user in the playoffs. So to me, just from checking the stats out, that's the story of the game. You know what I'm saying? You gave him a 14-point lead in the first quarter playing catch up to a good user like that, where you gotta probably be more one dimensional than you want to. The run isn't gonna be as effective when you're down 14 early. Sheesh, man, crazy, crazy game, man. The Giants and the Falcons, man. Good game. I
I
did
didn't
watch this
really throw
game.
any picks until the game was already over.
Okay, Nas said that his picks came at the end. Trash time. That makes sense. The Giants, man, 39-35, over the Falcons. This was a good ass game, bro. This is a good ass game. Um, Box score: Giants won the first quarter 8-0. Atlanta won second 17-16. Giants won the third 8-0, and Atlanta tried to push some shit together at the end and won the fourth quarter 18-7
I
to
didn't
lose
need to play him first
39-35.
round.
Offensive yards gained 454 to 425. Falcons. Offensive rushing yards 112 to 71. Falcons, and the passing yards 354 to 342. Giants. Turnovers. Giants only turned the ball over twice. When Rod turned the ball over 3 times. Time of possession was down right neck and neck, literally by 2 seconds. That just shows how much of a
I needed
dogfight
to
this
play
was,
West
man.
second or third round.
Now, and that's why, Donnie, I always say seeding is important, man. That seeding should be important, like playing. And Nas is an asshole. He just cares if he gets in the playoffs. So sometimes being a 2 seed and having to play him as a 6 seed is like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it can be crazy, man. That's why I like the first round, just having a bye week if I can. You know what I'm saying? This game was good, man. Rob put some drafts together. Giants put some drives together. I just think Rob couldn't get a stop when he needed one, and that's
Killing
plain and
FC and
simple, bro.
AFC games were goop games for
When
real. Did
when
y'all
Rob
think?
was in striking distance, the Giants made a fucking great drive every time, or made one. He also made a play where Rob could have went into halftime. I think like down 7 with getting the ball back or something like that, and he flew fucking. I think it was a bomb to his running back or something like that and scored. But like, and he only had like 20 seconds to score, and he scored a touchdown. Them shits hurt before a halftime. So it's like Rob couldn't catch a break for real, man. Jackson Dart, 380, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 51%
It was
completion
Pitts.
rating. It was Pitts, okay. Completion percentage. He was only 16 for 31. That wasn't great, but it was enough. Michael Vick, piss poor, 69.8,
I'll
347, one
take the
touchdown, three
chance every
interceptions.
time.
This
Let me
was the
get
best.
Pitts.
This was the highest completion rating quarterback of the regular
You get
season.
Sam
So,
Laporta.
um, down, man. 27 for 41, 65% completion rating, 3 interceptions, killed him. Rushing wise, Bijan Robinson had 11 for 65. Looked like you should have ran him more. 1 touchdown. Michael Vick had 6 for 47, 2 touchdowns. Jackson Dart had 4 for 45, and Tyrone Tracy Jr. had 9 for 23 and 2 touchdowns. Receiving wise, Tracy Jr. 5 for 119, a
Rob
touchdown.
should have
Calvin
ran the ball
Austin
when it was
12
59
for
seconds
111,
left.
0 touchdown.
He threw it 3
I
straight
agree, bro.
times.
Rob should have ran the ball
I
more,
need
man.
WRs.
Rob should ran the ball. Okay, I ain't see the end all the way. Quest Watkins 2 for 99, 1 touchdown. Kyle Pitts 5 for 96, 1 touchdown, and then Theo Johnson had Wandale Robinson had a touchdown, 2 for 44 and a touchdown. Defensively, let me see. Tackle leader was Jordan Poyer with 11. Tackle for losses, Dexter Lawrence had 2.
I could
Mason
sell
Graham had
Pickens
2,
probably.
and a whole bunch of ones. Sack wise, Mason Graham had 2. Dexter Lawrence had 1.5. Ethan Jones had 1. Whole bunch of ones. Interceptions, Javon Holland had 2. Asante had 1. Bobby Okerke had 1, and then AJ Terrell had 1. Anybody take one to the crib? Nope, no touchdowns to the crib. Shout out to the Giants and the Falcons, man. Good ass fucking game, man. Falcons get some receivers and get some key pieces, and the Giants build on his roster, man. They'll both be some scary teams in the NFC to keep to be back next year. Last but not least, the Saints and the Green Bay game. I'm not gonna lie, I only seen spurts of this game. I
Watkins
did
made
not
the
see this
catch to
game
score the game-winning TD.
I did not see this game all the way in the whole. Box score though, 7-7
Come
first
get
quarter.
Dix, Rob.
Second quarter, Saints won at 14-0. I mean, so the Saints was up 21-7 to go into halftime. But Green Bay came screaming back in the third quarter, 14-3, and then the fourth quarter was 7-7, man. So that just makes for a great ass game, man. Offensive yards game, 387,
Let me get
346.
this.
And let me find out the Saints ran the ball a little bit. Now I know I can't see right now if that's off some QB shit or if he actually ran the ball. But Mr. I don't run the ball got 110 rushing yards.
He'll come with jewelry
Green
to wear.
Bay, 334 to Saints 276. Total yards game was close. Turnovers, they both only had one turnover. Time of possession, sheesh.
Who got a
Green
two
Bay
for
didn't have the
sale?
ball at all for real. 5-11 after 18:49.
Squeeze send me
For
digs.
you to have the ball for 5 minutes and 11 seconds, that is treacherous. Jesus Christ.
I got Sam Laporta OTB. Rainer, you get
Shador
no help from me. You
Sanders,
got Trey
295,
Hendrickson.
4 touchdowns, 1 interceptions, 74% completion rate. He was throwing the ball around all crazy. Aaron Rodgers, 343, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. They was both throwing the ball accurate. I mean,
We can talk
Rodgers was
digs.
only 50%, but sheesh, man. Good ass game, both wides for this. Okay, Saints tried to run the ball with a running back, 13 carries, 56 yards. He must have been
That.
trying to get the game over with. Shador Sanders had 3 for 38. Alvin Kamara had 2 for 17. That's goddamn 15 carries for the Saints. I'm proud of you, man. And the Green Bay didn't try to run at all, which says that off their fucking time of possession. You know what I'm saying? So Green Bay, sheesh. Keandre, 4 for 186, 3 touchdowns. Dante Thornton Jr., 381, 1 touchdown. Shaheed had 5 for 76, 3 touchdowns. Olave had 5 for 64. I mean, Saints did what they've been doing all year, literally. Spreading the ball around. Everybody got the ball. Whoever's open, getting the ball. You gotta respect that. Taysom Hill, tight end, had 3 for 33 and a touchdown. Shout out to them boys. Defensively, tackle leader, Adrian Cooper. Tackle for losses, Rashawn Gary, Adrian Cooper, Kenny Clark. Couple sack leaders, Gary had 2, Brian had 2 interceptions. Alontae Taylor had 1, Tom had 1. Anybody take one to the crib? No, sir. Shout out to the Saints. Shout out to the Packers, man. So what ends up happening in NFC is the Eagles, Toogie, and Nas play first round of the playoffs, man. This is gonna be a good ass game, bro. This is by far, in my opinion, the game of the fucking week, bro. The Saints move on and they play the Giants. These is all I believe they're all boys. I'm not sure about the Giants, but I believe that they're all boys. So to me, on top of them all being good users, this is gonna be some good games, man. Some good fucking games, man. I think we got the playoff pick and post already up. Um, I'ma speak upon my winners for me personally. I'll start with the AFC first. The Patriots and Raiders, man. It's hard to. I know playoffs are different. It's hard to ignore the fact. Actually, I'm going to actually go on the schedule see what that score was, so I don't just be speaking. Let me see what that score was. Team schedule. Let me see. What's Raiders team? Raiders.
You are the
Regular
man.
season. Okay, so the Raiders played the Patriots and won 49-17. I mean, sheesh. I mean, Ray had 639 yards gained against the Patriots. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they both turned the ball over, so they must have, defenses must have got to each other in a way. But how do we ignore that? I don't know if we can ignore that. But what I will say is Patriots been the most consistent team all year. They're number one for a reason. They beat some dogs to get here. They didn't have no crazy losses to some bums for real. Besides, I think the Dolphins week 1. Um, damn. In my opinion, just from looking at that last box scores, the Patriot got to take care of the ball. Plain and simple. He has to get stopped against Ray's offense. Um, one thing about Ray, He might only had 10 plays, but he perfected all 10 of them motherfuckers. He know what he's looking for. He know where he's throwing the ball at before he even press height. You know what I'm saying? So if you can get Ray out his rhythm, then um then you could ball. If you can get if you can make sure Ray's run game doesn't get crazy, and you make him one dimensional pass, you can ball. Ray, if you make Squeeze turn the ball over and keep steady drives, get first downs after first downs, and make him play from behind, it could be another blowout. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, and everybody in the chat, if y'all want to just put who y'all think's gonna win, that's cool. Um, I'm gonna say the Raiders win 38-21. 38-21. 38-21. I just think it's a matchup thing. I don't even think it's a. I just think Squeeze's scheme against Ray's defense is just a lot. I think it's
He
literally
beat
just a
my ass,
matchup thing.
Chad.
You know what I'm saying? Um,
Squeeze gotta win.
so we got to see. But then again, I've seen Squeeze go to Super Bowl in year one in a lot of our leagues. So you know what I'm saying? He's been here before. He hasn't won one yet, but he does know how to win playoff games. Next at AFC, man. The Ravens and the
But
Bengals.
I'ma go Pats,
We can
Ravens,
go
Eagles,
into their
Saints.
scores. They're division rivals
We've
too.
been
So
locked in on that matchup
real
since.
quick,
Squeeze's
um,
high-powered pass, I got the literal one-pass defense.
right, and that's the thing about Ravens defense is he's number one in passing defense, and then his D line is insane. So where do you beat him at? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just run the ball on him. You know what I'm saying? Like when I play Squeeze, he was able to run on me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Well, a lot of bit, should I say? Yeah, I mean, so what do you do against that? You know what I'm saying? You gotta somehow beat his shell of a defense. Real quick, cause I gotta leave soon. Um, we got a regular
It's
season.
gonna be a good
Me and
game.
Bengals played week 5. I won 49-7, and then week 16 I lost to the Bengals. And really, I mean, you could tell by that box score. I played with my food. I didn't respect it. I was stat chasing, and I paid for it. He scored 17 points in the fourth quarter. Something I would never do in the playoffs or such like that. But I paid for it in the end. So, is he able to beat me? Absolutely. I lost him already, so you can't say it's impossible. Um, I can't really guess the outcome of this game because obviously I'm going to say myself. If y'all want to put who y'all think's going to win in the chat, y'all can just for fun. But this gonna be a good game. Bengals seem to have found some stuff on defense that he likes. He's been playing better defense. Um, the Ravens always usually plays good defense. They both got high-powered offenses in their own way.
Someone teach me defense and
So
switch stick low.
yeah, man, this is gonna be a good fucking game, man. I'm saying Ravens, but if anybody else feels differently or wanna say anything differently, you're welcome to in the chat. NFC, man. This game is tough, bro. This game is tough. The only thing I will say is
BTA.
Toogie in the playoffs, man, is like
Craig, it's on.
I ain't see nothing too crazy from him in the playoffs, man. Risky belt to ass is crazy. If for some reason I
Computer
lose, it
blue
won't be belt
Rob.
to ass. I'll tell you that. Seahawks, man, efficient. He got top defense in the league. Um, the Eagles has a better roster. He's a top user.
Bet.
Um, they played in their last six. They played each other multiple times in the playoffs, and Eagles always barely won for real. It's never a blowout. So
That a YouTuber.
I gotta go personally with the Eagles, just because of his playoff experience, and he's proven that he can do this in the playoffs against Tuggy. But I will not be surprised if the Seahawks win. You know what I'm saying? I won't be. So I got a score for this game. I'll say 31-28 Eagles. Um,
No, it's
so
something
that's
I
my
always say lol.
so that's how I feel about that. Now before I do this last game, because I gotta get up out of here. Um, this do a still hair gift, man. We'll do a still hair gift for everybody that's locked into the show. There is a show for the early birds. It'll be the early bird gift. That some people missed that gift, but everybody that's still in here, still rocking with us, get it still here. And I'm gonna start doing them early bird gifts more often. Where the first 5 minutes I did
Okay,
a
lol.
surprise show, and the first 5 minutes of the show for the people who tuned in, I think there was only 6 of them. I gave gifts out.
Raiders here.
So if I was y'all, I would start subscribing to my YouTube, Rob's YouTube, and
Still
Max's
here.
YouTube because you guys can always catch
Bears still
in,
here.
catch a show, even if you don't
Lions
see it
still
in main
here.
chat, you'll see it on your YouTube pop up. You feel me?
Still here.
So if I was y'all, I would just subscribe
Bengals
to the
here.
fucking to all of our pages and all of our YouTube so that if we do shows like this, you if you don't see it in the chat, you at least see it on your YouTube pop up or something like that. You feel me? So last game, we got the Saints and the Giants, man. High powered offense, too high. Honestly, Giants is a from what I seen against Rob, he got a great offensive scheme too, man. He got a good
Titans
offense.
still here.
I don't know if Saints is gonna be too much. Actually, I'm gonna see if Saints and the Giants
Packers
played.
still
Let me see if
here.
they did. Let me see if they played. Let me see. Saints if they play the Giants. So the Saints beat the Giants by a lot. Oh shit, I gotta go, fellas. The Saints beat the Giants by a lot. Um,
Saints by a lot. His
hold on one
defense
second.
better.
Yo, y'all sad, bro? I, you want me to come to the back? Or you in the back? I bet. I'm about to come out there. Oh yeah, yeah, it's to the back there. Give me 30 seconds.
Colts still here.
Alright, let me get these screenshots sent fellas because I gotta fucking go. Everybody get their still hairs in ASAP because I gotta fucking go.
Still
Um,
here.
listen, Saints beat the Giants a lot too little week 13. Man, this I do think the Saints offense is gonna be too much for the Giants. I do think the Giants roster isn't ready for all that offense yet. But the Giants been proving people wrong all year. You know what I'm saying? If you picked them in the beginning of the year to be where they're at now, nobody would have picked them to be here. So I'm not going to disrespect the Giants, but I do expect the Saints to win, and probably about 42-24 fashion. Um, I think his offense is going to be a little bit too much for the Giants. But other than that, fellas, appreciate y'all for tuning in. And we out. Appreciate y'all.